Can you talk about the severe impact your assault had on you?
The severe impact that my assault had on me is still ongoing years later.
I struggle with depression.
I ended up developing a pretty serious drinking problem. If someone moved in my direction in a quick way, I would cringe. I don't trust anyone. I couldn't sleep.
It led to me living out of my car after I graduated college.
I started self-harming. I started drinking really heavily.
If I didn't have substances, I probably would have killed myself.
You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
New sexual misconduct allegations this morning against Kevin Spacey.
Michaela Maroney says she was molested by a former USA Gymnastics doc.
Colleagues about inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace by Matt Lauer.
High-profile campus sexual assault. A former Stanford swimmer convicted of 3 felonies after attacking an unconscious young woman.
A total of 9 women have now come forward with allegations of overtures by Roy Moore.
And really disturbing open letter penned by Woody Allen's daughter.
Yeah, her accusations of abuse at the hands of the filmmaker date back
The New York Times reporting allegations by numerous women who say the Hollywood mogul sexually harassed them.
Joining us this morning from San Francisco, Jackson Katz, who's founder and president of Mentors in Violence Prevention Strategies. Mr. Katz, what is this organization? What do you do?
We do gender violence prevention training and education in all kinds of settings, in colleges and high schools, in all branches of the U.S. military, and increasingly in corporate settings. And the goal is prevention education, because so much of the sexual harassment or sexual violence or relationship abuse and such these are preventable abuses in many cases. And
on a typical day, there are more than 20,000 phone calls placed to the domestic violence hotlines nationwide.
So the types of legal services that we provide is advocacy within the criminal justice system, because when you report an assault, you really don't have an attorney that represents your interest. You have the defense attorney who represents the defendant or the accused, and then you have the prosecutor who represents the interest of the state, which may not always be really what the victim wants or needs at the time. We represent people within schools to make sure schools are complying with Title IX and that students receive the rights that they deserve, but also that they can continue their education, because that's so important for people to be able to continue.
Sexual assault has become a huge problem at colleges all across the country, with 20% of women and 4% of men being sexually assaulted during their college years.
To ensure campus safety, BSU has its emergency telephone poles located throughout their whole campus. This allows people to quickly contact the police in emergency situations.
We've known that this is a really, really underreported crime for a lot of reasons. One, it's really embarrassing. 2, a lot of people don't know, don't realize until after the incidents happened that it actually was an assault. 3, when you're looking at students, particularly your age, there may be other behavior going on that they're while the assault happened that they don't want to report, such as they were drinking or they were using drugs or they were not at school when they should have been. So there's a fear around that. And not only is discrimination on the basis of sex, things that you would think of as flat out discrimination, saying like, you can't come into this program because you're a woman, or you can't come into this, you can't be in the nursing school because you're a man. But it also includes things such as sexual violence. And so schools under Title IX have an obligation to prevent, remedy, and respond to any sexual harassment or sexual violence that happens within their campus community, because there is a really high connection between those things occurring and then people not being able to continue their education.
And I have worked with a number of sexual assault survivors in my time, and everyone just wants to be treated with dignity and respect and be taken seriously and believed. I have not had one person banging on the desk for somebody's head. Never. But what we do want is to be treated with dignity, respect, and be believed. That's it.
Last year, it was discovered that the state of Idaho has been charging the private insurance companies of sexual assault victims for their forensic exams. A forensic medical exam is a very time-consuming and intrusive test looking for injuries and taking samples that may be used as evidence in police investigations.
Would we have you arguing with your insurance to settle a claim for a criminal justice tool? No, this is the only crime we're doing it with, which is unfair and it shows a bias.
Because sexual assault and sexual harassment are categorized as discrimination, court cases regarding these issues fall under the 14th Amendment.
That a new day is on the horizon. And when that new day finally dawns, it will be because of a lot of magnificent women, many of whom are right here in this room tonight, and some pretty phenomenal men fighting hard to make sure that they become the leaders who take us to the time when nobody ever has to say, "Me too," again.